Hi, brother GM. Good morning, brothers. How are you doing? Everyone is good. Sorry, due to some technical issue, we had to. The live was quit. No problem. We are back again to our live session. All right, so we were thinking that we were waiting for the price to wick up on 15-minute time frame and then continue pushing down so we could have a trade, but it doesn't look good to me. To be honest, it doesn't look too good. Doesn't look good to me either. To risk on it, it's Friday and price is moving that way. I don't like it. I don't like it. What I would like basically is if price creates a support and then we can continue pushing up, we could have a trade. But right now, I don't like it. I don't really like it, man. We'll see. I think, yeah, on this candle, as this 15-minute candle I've just closed, okay, and I want this 15-minute candle to close a kind of a support, okay, or it moves down a little bit and then creates a support. Then we could, continue pushing up, and with volume, the price will take it up. That trade for the buy will make sense, but for shorts, it doesn't. Shorts doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why. I think because we are hyper bullish at this time. Like the stream. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. I mean, that will be a huge motivation for me to continue doing the streams like this and trading live in front of you guys as usual. Let's see how this plays out. At this time, I'm just waiting, guys. At this time, I'm just waiting, doing nothing. You see, we did our analysis on this, okay? That if price breaks below this level on 15-minute time frame, sorry, on 30-minute time frame, that looks like having a fake out, and that fake out, and it broke below, actually below this, but this fake out still have this problem right here. If it wants to continue down, it can, I mean, it can continue pushing down and we could have a very good trade. But this Friday, we cannot just trust the markets like this. I mean, we have this problem right here. We have these consolidations on the 15-minute time frame and the lower time frame. So these problems could make sense for today's trading. So for that reasons, I'm just waiting at this point. Just waiting. Maybe to create a support, and then we will see if we can take a trade for buy, of course. See, it's pushing down. It's pushing down. It is pushing down. I have sent it my trades yesterday, 2 charts. Check one is BE with you on live, and the other one to check to give me the suggestions. Okay, let me check it out on the Telegram you sent. Let's take a look at it. See, the first trade you take on the buys, I think, for the shorts, both trades are for the shorts, and the one that we took, and I booked some profits on it, and you hit it your break even. I think on that point that when you should have what should have done that put it your stop loss above the 15-minute candle that yesterday we had, right? So above the 15-minute candle that you instantly put it your break even. This is not how things works. I mean, you should have just waited until the 15-minute have made it a low, okay, made it a low, come back up, and then again break its own low. Then what is the time that where you put your stop loss into the break even? Then you think that, yeah, now it's continuously breaking its own low. The 15-minute is breaking continuously its own low, so there's high chances that it shouldn't, like, come back up to my entry point. So this is where you put your break even. And the other one is, you see that you put it a short, okay, you put it a short, but you put it too early. This one, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. That short was too early, because you see, uh, at the left hand side there was a rejection point. You took instant impulse entry that you shouldn't have like waited for until that level should have been just broken up, and then you could have anticipated price to continue pushing down. Then it was too early and it rejected upside and hit your take stop loss. So this is how you should have taken care of. First, you should wait for 15 minutes to break its own low constantly, I mean 1 or 2 times. Then you think, yeah, it's now keeps breaking its own low and a very high, just like this one. It's keep breaking its own low. You should have like traded here. Your stop loss was here. Now you could have put your stop loss to the break even. Now if it hits your break even, that's okay. That means now the price is shifting the volume. Other than that, you should wait and see how this candle reacts. Why I didn't trade on this one? Because you see, first of all, the Friday, this trade I was looking it for, I could have just traded here on based on the 30-minute, put in my take profits right here 70 pips, my stop loss right here 40 pips. That could make sense, it can continue pushing down, but I didn't trade it because it's my rule. It's my rule that I follow. I don't really trade on the Fridays. I'm here just for you guys to show you the analysis and show you this things, how market moves even on the Fridays, right? On Fridays it's very risky, man, to be honest. On Fridays it's very, very risky too. You see, we could have a short here. Now it could hit our break even instantly. But the best point is you could have like book the 50%, 90% trade when it comes to the 30 pips. On 30 pips in the profit, you could have booked your 50% of your trade, then move to your stop loss to the break even. Still, even though it hits your break even, you will still make the money. You'll still be making the money. It was a very good trade, but I avoid to take it on Fridays, man. I mean, I would rather wait for the support to create and then we could like keep to pushing up, but not like that. Not like this trade. I mean, this is not good for me. Damn, keep pushing, man. It kept pushing down. I mean, see the volume. That trade was an amazing trade. 40 pips in profit right now. It's very good to follow your own, rules in trading, man. 50 pips. 50 damn pips in profit. What are impulse entries exact, bro? Even retest entries and impulse entries, right? When you take entries and impulse entry after how many break, when not to enter. See, let me explain it to you, the impulse entries. See, for example, you have a candle. Let me explain it to you on the trading view. Right here, see the example. Okay, look at this now. Exactly, this is how the impulse entries works. See, this scenario is exactly yesterday what happened. That price was ranging within a range which is not tradable range, right? This range is not a tradable range, okay? And when price was ranging in that, all right, that price was ranging in that, but what thing you can see is we have a clean range from left hand side. First of all, you are looking for buys, okay? You're looking for buys and you're waiting for price to continue pushing up after once it breaks and close above this level, all right, or this one right here, because on 15-minute time frame this is a rejection zone. This exactly is a rejection zone. All right, now for example, now you're waiting for buys until you see a break above this level, and you have a very good range until here, right? But what you see is, first of all, it's a New York session, and the New York session have high volume, okay? And high volume, you can anticipate price not to respect that particular level you're looking to break above and then continue pushing up. All right, then what you do is you anticipate these highs. Look at these, this rejection was right here on 4410, right? But the price shown the volume right with this candle, and the next candle, what happened is, it start breaking highs, which was here. You could have your entry, that is called impulse entry. You could have an impulse entry right above these, after breaking these highs, okay? Put in your stop loss to the current candle. That is a very, very high stop loss. But in terms of having the TP of 300 pips, having the 100 pips stop loss doesn't matter at this moment, right? So what you do is you take an impulse entry. This is called the impulse entry. When you see a rejection area and you consider the volume is bigger than this rejection area, it can break through and continue pushing up, then you take an entry instantly without even waiting for price to break above it first and then continue pushing up. This is called impulse entry. Now when not to take it, okay, when not to enter in these impulse entry is when the volume is not there, like the Asian session, the Tokyo session, right? And the before the pre-London session. So this is very, very high risky zones, high risky times not to enter into these impulse entries. And it also depends on the the price sections. For example, now if this price, with volume continues pushing down even after it breaks these lows, I won't take any impulse entries, because we see a lot of rejections here on the smaller time, from the 5-minute time frame. If you go, all right, see these rejection points. Now if I take impulse entry after breaking these lows, I don't know when it's going to be rejecting on this support, on this small support, on this small resistance or support, I don't know. All right, until you have a clean range from left hand side and a high volume time zone you are trading on, like the pre-London, New York, and the London session, then you can think and assume of, now the volume is so high that I can rely on it, and without respecting these levels, price can continue pushing up or pushing down. So with that being called an impulse entry. It is a what I say, the entry before the breakouts, before the confirmations. It is an entry before the confirmations, and you need a lot of experience to consider it like a very good trade, because if you doesn't, an impulse entry could be in hectic. All right, the 15-minute candle is just closed, and if good, then we can, I think it's going to be closing a kind of a support, and then we can turn it into a very good trade. I want it to close like a bullish one, so the next candle could have a confirmation to continue pushing up after breaking the high of the previous candle. Let's see. The retest entries are also like the impulse entry. No, bro, the retest entry are something else. You see, this is a retest entry. How many breaks we need to see if the price want to continue on the real push upside or downside, and fake it in the retest entry. See the retest entry, let me show you here. Now if the price makes a support here, so we will take a makes a support here, and next candle to break its high and continue pushing up, and we will take a buy, it will continue pushing up, and we will have a very good trade. That will call a retest entry. Why? Because we had a rejection here. Okay, we had a rejection here on this level, and the price have retraced this level. Okay, retraced this level and created a support at this point after retracement, and then the next candle have a very good high volume and continued pushing up, have gave us a very good entry point. And how many retrace we need, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter until you have a very good clean range from the left hand side, right? Now if, let's say, if it goes up and again comes back down to this level, and it made like a very good range, clean range from left hand side, and it created a support, we need that. And once it creates support, then we can go for a trade, because we are on the uptrend. We created a retest and we created a support, and with volume time in the pre-London, there's a very high probability for price to continue pushing up. This is called retraced entry. The retest entry is something like you can rely on mostly, and which I like often. Now it might come down furthermore, or make a retracement here on this level 45.96, and then create a support that will be considered also a retest entry, right? On the particular level, if price retested more than 3-4 times, then that level is considered invalid 4 or 5 times. Why? Because it wants to break it out, or it want to fake it out, and because there's a huge volume holding this price. So what let me read it. What if it forms support little bit downside below the range of the line? You don't take it, bro. See, the price doesn't mean like it had to respect particular this level only, but it had to like it can fake out this and create a support right here. And with the volume, we have the clean range. Okay, we have the data from the left hand side. This is all we need. I'm saying this is all we need. even though it forms a support right here, doesn't matter. Right here we have a clean range until we have a um an idea that where we're gonna close our trade. That's it. We need that idea, we need that support, and also the right time to execute. And right time to execute is the volume time. And in these days I have seen that the pre-London is the most reliable time where you can trade and secure your profits, right? The pre-London looks very good and very clean in these days. Even though it creates like a support right here, doesn't matter, still it will be considered a retrace, because this huge level, this entire, it is a level, because we are on 15-minute time frame. Remember, if you go on the daily is a huge time frame. If you go on the, this is considered a level right here, the 4500, and the gold, it's a whole number that we considered, I think, a very good supportive or rejective levels. It can be anything. Gold you cannot trust, you can just trust the data you have. Okay, the data is, the clean range you have, and also a confirmation of support, or the confirmation of a breakout. These two things only. You don't need to go for these rocket science. You don't need to go for, to confuse your mind, because this thing has happened, because that thing has happened. I don't need to enter, I need to enter. You will be confused as fuck. I mean, you won't be able to take a decision to take a trade, right? Which is not good, which is not definitely a good thing. The sell played a very good role. We could have entered at this point and take profits right here, 70 pips. Stop loss 40 pips. Right now stop losses would have been like the break even at this point. But it's Friday, man. It's Friday. It's like not a good time, and we already moved up. Yes, I got clear. Exactly, my brother. You don't need to go for the rocket science. I mean, you just need to look for 2 3 things. One, a back data. You have the back side or left hand side. You see, you look at it. If it makes sense for the trade you are going to take, it is good. And the second thing is the right time. And the right time is, which I trade, is pre-London, and the pre-London have the clean moves, right? And the second thing is a right target of the stop loss, for you need to manage your risk. These 3 things you have to keep in mind and follow it in, again and again to be profitable. That's it. You don't need to go for these all rocket science, in the market. If you go deeper, if you dig deeper into this knowledge, you will find a lot of things, a lot of things. If you are ICT trader and you convert it into the SRC and SMC, you will be confused as fuck, because you say, bro, hey, this is a FVG, why I'm taking the trade here? Hey, this is the trend line, why I am just taking the trade against it? Hey, this is a EMA, the line is here, so why I'm doing this? This is a lot of things, man. You just need to focus on the clear price action. That's it, and that will make you profitable. You don't need to go for a lot of bullshit. When to keep SL to the current candle, and when to keep SL to previous candle, and which is always better, and when to move the break even, and when to secure the profits and account to your view, according to your view, right? So look at it, it's a very simple thing. For example, this support is created, okay? On this candle you created a support, right? I'm going to make it very easier for you. If you make a support here and you see the clean rain from left hand side, and with volume it might continue pushing up and retest this high, you can take a trade here. All right, you could have taken a trade here right at this point and put in your take profits right here, okay, and also put in your stop loss to the previous 15-minute candles low. Okay, now look at it. Now as this candle, breaks bullish, when to trail your stop loss, this is what I'm telling you. When this candle closes bullish, now what you can do is, now you can bring your stop loss to the previous, to the previous 15-minute candle, which is this one, and let the rest, the another candle to continue pushing up. Now if this candle also closes bullish like it does, now you can do one thing. You can take your break even all the way up to the previous 15-minute candle, and you can still book the 50%, 40%, whatever you like. Keep continue booking your profits as according to your account size and as according to your psychology. And once you put it your break even right here, and which is a huge break even, and you will still be profitable by closing your trade. And also your break even is so big, it's like you take profit, man. This is how you be trailing your stop loss and continue be profitable all the time. And this is crazy. See, this is what I was talking about. Like, you could not just trust the Fridays. You cannot just trust the Fridays at all. It was coming down, and now the another candle spiked up, and it might break above this level. If it does, it's a good thing for us. We could get for a buy entry. Then we can see a buy entry. Brother, I straight came to the SRC. I started starting off trading, and I am into it. And I don't know SMC, FEG, ICT. I don't even know anything. I have seen our videos, which is very good, brother. Because these things are very confusing. You just need to make things very easy and clear for you, so you can take trades very easily. Your psychology is not messed up. Just focus on one thing. That's it. That's amazing. Just waiting at this point for price to break above this level. Or now see, for the impulse entry, if this candle closes a bullish like this, and the next 30-minute candle and 15-minute candle start breaking the high of the previous candle, and that is a very high probability for price to continue pushing up, we're gonna take the trade. We're gonna take an impulse entry on Fridays, which is very risky, but I'm gonna use a very small risk on my account, and we'll see that how it goes. We'll see how that goes really. Yeah, make trade learning easy, because hardest part is psychology. If you stuck in learning, then how you handle your psychology? Exactly Mohammed Zaman 99. Exactly, brother. If you don't follow the simple rules you have and still be able to make profits in the end with this small and simple rule, that's enough for you. You don't need to go deep into the markets and learn. You don't need to learn anything. You just need to learn that one profitable strategy and practice it again and again for you to make your psychology better and make your risk management better. That's it, all you need. You don't need nothing more than that. I only believe in learning simple strategy and refine it and master it. Even the simple strategy takes too much time to master. I think about the ICT. Damn, man, these guys are so. I don't know why to make the simple things, in the terms of, these ICT and FVG things are like, ICT, SMC things are the simple things. What they made is to, to teach people in a way that it's so difficult. These are simple things, exactly what you use in your simple price action regular day, but they make it like, make it look like a very rocket science in front of you guys. so that you can buy their courses, and this is how they make your money, make money to themselves, just to show you that how difficult market is to make money in, and fuck your psychology either. So this is how they make money. Okay, this is how their shops goes on. This is crazy. This is crazy. Let's see if we can get a trade today. Let's see. We have 27 seconds left for 30-minute candle to close. If that closes bullish, that we're gonna trade it. But our stop loss is gonna be so big. I don't want that big stop loss. Rather, I want to see how the next candle forms, and I need it to wick down and give us a, the room of the stop loss, just as it did. And it breaks above. I'm gonna trade. Damn, it just moved. Damn, it just moved. I was just setting up the lot size and it just moved. I was ready to take this trade. That's crazy. I was just about to set my lot size, man, and it just moved. I was about to take the trade. I was setting my take profit. Damn, that was so deadly serious. I mean, look at it. I was about to take a trade right here and was putting my take profit to fill this wick that was 40 pips, and putting my stop loss below this level, which was 20 pips. I was about to take this trade and it just moved and hit the take profit, man. That is crazy. Oh, it did wick fill very quickly. Yes, sir, exactly. It was a great trade. Exactly. Yeah. It was a great trade. I mean, I was waiting for it. See, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the impulse entry. But the great thing happened. The previous candle broke above this level. All right, and I was waiting for this candle to wick down a little bit. It wicked down, and I was waiting for as it break the previous candle's high. I was about to take the trade here, and for the wick fill, I was putting my take profit here. I was ready to put my stop loss below this wick, okay, below this range, which was 20-30 pips. My take profit should have been like 40-50 pips. Quickly, man, that was hilarious. But it's okay. This is Friday, okay? So in the Fridays, as I told you guys in the beginning, Fridays are unpredictable because of the huge volume. Because of the huge volume, the Fridays are unpredictable basically. And because of that, I don't really trade most in the Fridays. Most of the Fridays I don't even trade. Just like today, we had the beautiful trade, but it just unexpectedly filled the wick instantly within just seconds. That was hilarious. But it's okay, you just have to anticipate the trade. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, you just sit down, relax, and watch it moving. You can still be learning from that move. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Let's take a look on the Bitcoin and all the other currencies. because we missed this trade. We missed this trade because it happened so instantly that we couldn't even catch. GBP JPY, it still did it did like a fake out from upside. It had a huge potential to continue pushing up, but it did a fake out first of all. I don't know that if now continues pushing up, but this rejection on this candle, on this daily candle, makes sense. Now if today we break above the previous candle, there's still a high possibility to close above this level, 214, and retest this high and this rejection 214, 493. We'll see. On 4 hour we have the same thing we faked out, and now we are trying to push up. But on 4 hour it looks like if this current 4 hour candle breaks the low of the previous one, it can fall down all the way to the 213 and 462 maybe. While on the Bitcoin BTC USD, it is bearish, so fucking bearish. 73 yet. All right, 73 578 on daily. Let's take a look on the daily. On daily it's hyper bearish. It couldn't go further more than 82. Some guys are saying that the Bitcoin will crash to direct to the like 40, yeah, the 40, 48, 50, 51. Yeah, this is the support, this is the hyper support, 48. It can come down and till this level, 48,000. This could be a possibility to retest till here, or 30,000. Then it will boost up and continue pushing up, and won't see at these levels again, back to these levels again. It can be like spiked up, who knows. While on the gold have some things are going on, as this fundamental thing that the US and Iran have reportedly reached on the deal that extend the ongoing ceasefire and launch the further negotiations over the Tehran's nuclear program, and the pending President Trump's and the final approval. It's just pending for the final approval from the Trump. Yet it haven't been approved. All right, the ongoing ceasefire might be extended by the Trump and the Iran. These negotiations are still going on. Hopefully, if it goes on, okay, the ceasefire being extended, that is good for the market, okay, which is good for the market, and which can play a role for to stabilize it, okay, stabilized it. And once it's stabilized, which is going to be very good for the gold as well, it might continue pushing up further, it might hit the 5,000 again, who knows. But for now the gold is bearish, man. On the higher time frame, if you look at it, the gold is bearish for now, but the way it's moving right now with a very good volume upside, it looks like it will continue pushing up until if we have the final decision of the Trump comes ahead and says that yes, we are extending the ceasefire. If it does, it's going to be very good for the gold to still continue pushing up and boosting it up until maybe to these levels, 4,500. So 4,570 or 4,600, I don't know. So if it does, it's going to be very good for the gold. But if it rejects and the war goes on, and again the war happens, it's going to be very bad for the gold, and it's going to be falling because the US oil is going to take the place of US oil is going to be taking the place of the growth instead of oil at this point. If you guys remember and been following me, this was the trade I took from the 62. That was hilarious. But I closed this trade, but still I, for my analysis and practice, I keep this on. That was the trade I took on the gold before even the war happened, before even the Strait of Hormuz was closed. I took this trade from 61, 62. Yes, sir, and still That was a great trade. The biggest trade I've held, like months. A month and 15 days I held this trade. A month and 2 weeks I held this trade, and that went through. I'm into the 100. Yeah, here I closed partials. Here I closed partials on 100, and full trade I closed right here on this retracement. 113. I closed everything. I closed everything at 113 on the oil trade. Now the oil might, push up again if the war is still be going on and the Strait of Hormuz doesn't opens, and then these negotiation doesn't go well. So there's going to be possibility for huge possibility for the oil to continue pushing up. See, the rejection is crucial, man. The rejection from this point. So bad. On 30 minutes of gold, that rejection was so bad. That rejection was so bad. We were targeting this level for our take profit, 45.20, and the price went up and rejected all the way down. See, this is why Fridays are so fucking crazy, man. I don't get it. Fridays are so fucking crazy. I don't really trade the Fridays. And you got your reason. We had 2 points where we could have entered a trade, and the both of them manipulated it. Okay. And see, one, we have a short after breaking these low. Okay. See it here. After breaking these low. And the take profit might be take profit might have been like till this candle, but it didn't hit the take profit. It just rejected all the way up. And the second trade we had like this, a trade from after we break above this high, okay, to fill this wick. That was a 40-50 pip trade. Stop loss of 20 pips, 20-25 pips. But both of them rejected and fooled a lot of traders. Even though it hit the take profit, but so quickly that we couldn't even reflect on it. Alright, it's okay, that it's better that you stayed away and you didn't trade it on the Friday, and you secured your capital. This is most important point. This is most fucking important point, man. And let's see how that reacts. Anyways, I'm gonna do a cigar. We'll be waiting for another opportunity. But this is it. I'm not gonna be trading anymore today, and will resume from Monday. You smoke weed, bro? No, I don't smoke the weed, man. I don't smoke the shit. I don't smoke the weed, man. I smoke this, simple cigarettes like this. That's it. And that's occasionally when I'm in the stress, when I'm trading mostly. It, just another habit to distract my mind from the depressions and the anxiety or the pressure I take on my accounts, which is a good thing. Anyways, guys, and I'm gonna head off now. Okay, I'm gonna head off now, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And there's no trade being found yet, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time. The pre-London. Not tomorrow, sorry, on the Monday. Tomorrow is the weekend. Yeah, on the Monday you will see you guys with better trade and with the setups. We couldn't find a trade today. It's better to keep your capital safe. We learned a lesson. We learned a lesson to keep your capital safe, basically. And we'll see you guys on Monday. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good one.